Hello, dear listeners of the charitable podcast called Paleo Bites. I'm Susan Carol Annabeth Eliza Schmertz, award-winning culinary specialist, author of the best-selling book How to Positively Cook Positively, and genuine enthusiast of the all-natural and healthy ways of the paleo diet. Here in this podcast called Paleo Bites, we value the art of the Paleolithic diet, and we want to bestow that delicious knowledge upon our wonderful listeners. Join us on our Patreon, where we discuss pop culture featuring the paleo diet, and this month we're talking about Prehistoric Planet, the recent and highly rated big-budget dinosaur documentary with incredible computer-generated imagery and astounding scope. You won't want to miss this incredible paleo diet course at patreon.com/Matthew Donald. Thank you so much for your support, and have a magical day. I do believe I was given the wrong script. Who knew there were other podcasts out there called Paleo Bites?
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow. Welcome to Paleo Bites, the podcast as dumb as the dirt you find dinosaurs in, or really any dirt. My name is Matthew Dahl, and each week I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week, I'm joined by someone who is not dumber than dirt, thankfully.
Thank you.
Yeah, you passed the bare minimum of intelligence. It's Laura Owsley.
Hello! That might be the nicest thing someone said to me so far this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, the year is young, so.
Yeah, you're so hoping by the end of the year somebody will give me at least, like, you're of average intelligence,
right,
instead of you're just smarter than dirt.
Just smarter than dirt. You're not as dumb as dirt. You know, it's like you're pretty good. Like, I've always said that I think I've said this before. I think I'm intelligent, but I don't think I'm smart. I think that's how I am. I know a lot of fun facts, and I'm very knowledgeable about certain things, but in terms of like street smarts or common sense.
Oh, see, I almost feel the opposite. Like,
you feel like you're smart but not intelligent? Oh.
Yeah. Like, I've got a few areas I'm like, oh yeah, I could tell you all about, like, this particular thing. But if you were to put me on Jeopardy, I'd be like, oh, right, books. That thing that I know how to read.
Well, like, so I can tell you about all these different dinosaurs, and I can read the books that have all the different dinosaurs, and I have a lot of astronomy. I learned some really fun facts about astronomy, and particularly like space and like redshift and like dark matter and other stuff. But then this is a true story. A couple months ago, when I was at my apartment with my girlfriend, I bought some. What?
Nothing. Go on. I just said soft brag.
Anyways, so I got this box, and I gotten some groceries, and I was like, "Can you open this for me?" It was a tissue box. I legitimately could not figure out how to open it to the point where like the tissues came out. She just did it really easy. Like, there you go. I'm like, thank you. Please still love me.
How we all feel sometimes, right? Like. Anytime someone's like, oh, can you be the navigator? I'm like, oh, wow, you're trusting me to follow a map.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay, I can do my best.
How did people find places before smartphones?
God only knows.
When they had to use paper maps to get to places?
Oh, well, see, I've had to deal with it, especially when I was living in Phoenix. I had to deal with, for some reason, Google Maps, at least the time I was there, was not working.
Oh, God.
In the city of Phoenix.
Oh, God.
And so, like, the entire time I was there, I was just kind of hoping that I had it right.
Right.
But there's one point I drove around for 45 minutes looking for Cactus Avenue.
Yeah.
Turns out, I think it was called Sycamore, becomes Cactus. So one side of the intersection is Sycamore, the other side is Cactus, but I had no way of knowing this.
Oh, God.
All I knew was that I had to turn right on Cactus.
And you're just like, I'm lost!
Yeah, I drove around everywhere. I stopped at gas stations to be like, hey, I'm trying to find this place. And they were like, I don't know.
It's like, that place hasn't been there for 50 years.
Like, this isn't even a real gas station.
Anyways, on that lovely note.
On that lovely note, let's transition to an equally horrifying creature.
I know.
You want to take it away from here?
Of course, this Pezosiren. I thought this. I saw this. I'm like, oh, I thought Laura would love this. Then I showed her pictures. She was like, no.
No, at least at first. So I encourage everybody to look it up. Think like if a manatee had real legs.
Yes.
Like,
but see, it's like a manatee and a hippo, like, together. And you like both of them. So
I do enjoy both of those, but somehow together, it's like one of those demented Snapchat face swaps. Like when people do like that face swap with like their cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh.
No. So yeah, this thing is, well, it's interesting to say the least. It's almost as though like hippo went on a diet.
Yeah.
And got like really into like competitive swimming.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But
all right, so how big is this thing? So I'm looking at a picture on Google now.
Okay, well, first off, I gotta get through a few things first.
Okay.
First off, it means walking manatee.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It's a sirenian, a group of herbivorous aquatic mammals that include manatees and dugongs. Or dugongs. I don't know how those are pronounced. You know what dugong is, or a dugong?
I do not.
It's basically a manatee, but slightly different. I think one of them has a whale tail, and the other one has like a paddle tail.
You ever heard of a tiger? It's like a cat, but slightly different.
Yes. Okay, so here's the size. It's 6.6 feet, so that's 2 meters long. 330 to 440 pounds, or 150 to 200 kilograms.
Okay.
Like all manatees, it wasn't herbivore.
How long is it, did you say?
6 feet. 6.6 feet long.
Interesting. Oh, sorry, how tall?
How tall? I don't know.
Like I'm looking at a picture on Google and like, yeah, it looks like it's 2 to 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
See, what I'm picturing here is if it's good to ride into battle.
No.
See, that's my issue.
Especially not for me. It says 330 to 440 pounds. Listeners, I'm just going to reveal something. I weigh more than half that. So I am more than halfway to Pezosiren, even at its upper estimates of 440 pounds. So,
well, like maybe a dog could ride this into battle.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm pet sitting a lovely little Boston Terrier right now. I'm afraid to say her name because she finally fell asleep and is no longer bugging us with her ball.
I'm afraid to say her name because I respect her privacy.
Because I respect her privacy. I don't know if she wants her image out there on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
Anytime I upload a picture of her to my Instagram feed,
you have to blur out her face.
blur out her face.
And if she barks like she's the witness protection program.
Yeah. I actually dub over it. So if you guys hear her like making any noise, it's actually just a recording.
Okay, so it was an herbivore. Time, it lived in the early Eocene, 49 to 46 million years ago.
Okay.
So after dinosaurs, but only a couple 10 million years or so after.
Okay, so more recent than some of the other creatures we've discussed.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on some of the creatures. Like, this is like closer to dinosaurs, the extinction of the dinosaurs than it is to now. But it's still after the dinosaurs. Or after the non-even dinosaurs, I have to say.
So, like, we're all still mourning the, like, meteor that killed everyone.
The birds and crocodiles are still putting their hats on their hearts and reminiscing.
Right.
Any jokes about the meteor went with too soon.
Gustav was still 3 years old, 4 years old by this point.
Gustav was a little bitty baby and just had his first taste of man flesh.
Yeah.
Even though there were no men back then.
Somehow he found a way. You know?
Anyways.
Just like the avalanche found way. I don't know what that reference was.
What?
You know what? Go ahead and edit that out.
No, I'm going to leave that in shame. No, I'll actually...
Laura tried to make a sports reference.
I didn't even realize it was a sports reference. I thought it was the name of a famous avalanche. Like, do they name avalanches like they name tropical storms?
Yes, the avalanche, Steve.
Oh, man. Anyways, there was a Hurricane Matthew back then. It wasn't a very big one, I've heard. Or maybe it was a really big one. I don't remember.
I thought hurricanes are male, tropical storms are female?
No, because there was Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, then
I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Gender is a construct, and even storms know this. Anyways. Location, Jamaica.
Okay.
Fun fact about Jamaica that has nothing to do with paleontology. Its flag is the only national flag in the world that doesn't have any red, white, or blue on it.
Huh. That's so interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? I thought that was neat.
Green, yellow, and black?
It's just green and black, I think. But there also is some yellow in it, too. That's right, green, yellow, and black, yeah.
Huh. Well, that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
I could really see this creature actually, like, hunkering down at the end of the day with maybe, like, some good rum, like a good rum cocktail.
Yeah.
Like,
I really like Jamaica because my childhood crush went to Jamaica, and then their family went to Jamaica, and they came back and showed us pictures. I'm like, oh, yep. As my teenage brain was like, oh wow, look at her and the beach in Jamaica. Yeah, so, just
Matt saw a girl in a bikini picture for the first time, and he was like, "Jamaica looks great."
Well, I mean, hey, here's the thing. There's a difference between just a random girl in a bikini picture and a girl in a bikini picture that you have a crush on. So that you've known for a while and you have a crush on. So, anyways, and also when you're 13, anything will do.
That's fair.
Just a warm breeze is sometimes all it takes. It's just for you to get. Anyways, so.
Would you say that Pezosiren is the horniest of the dinosaurs?
I mean, manatees strike me as very sexless animals, though.
Yeah,
so,
that's fair. Kind of like
they're just pals with each other.
Yeah. Like, they could if they wanted to.
I mean, clearly they do. They've lived for millions of years. They've got to have sex sometimes, but...
I mean, they've got to at some point, but I just kind of picture it more as like, oh, yeah, I guess that's on the calendar. Sure, yeah. We can fit that in, but not after, our afternoon nap.
You know how, when there are gay couples... and there are parents who see the gay couple and like, oh, look at those two friends.
That's how we see manatees.
That's how manatees see each other. Like, they're couples. They're couples, but they're also friends. I mean, I don't know. I'm
not sure where this is going.
I don't know either. To be fair, I have to think that my girlfriend's also my friend, so I don't know where I was going with
That's fair. Hopefully she is.
Yeah,
right?
She
like,
is.
Hopefully you enjoy spending time with your partner.
I told her that, not only do I love her, I also really like her, and she thinks that's really sweet.
That is sweet.
Okay. Well, anyways, it was described in 2001. Pop culture appearances. Originally, I had the dreams of my co-host Laura, but I guess I'll have to say the nightmares now.
Yeah.
But the non-turtle sea reptiles went extinct along with the non-avian dinosaurs. The ocean niches were fairly open. I mean, obviously, fish will be fish and sharks will be sharks, but every good ocean needs a few groups of air-breathing land animals that have evolved to return to the ocean. Like millions of years after you left the ocean, and now you're coming back.
So, was this creature semi-aquatic or fully land?
It's semi-aquatic.
Gotcha.
Well, so that's what the sirenians did. A group of mammals closely related to elephants and a few other random creatures like hyraxes. You know hyraxes? They look like groundhogs. They're more closely related to elephants than rodents.
So,
weird?
Do you think that if humans were around during this time, we would have Pezosiren Day?
Do we have Manatee Day?
We have Groundhog Day.
Oh, then yes.
We named a whole movie after it, Matt.
Look, again, that's me being... not being intelligent. Like, oh, there must be a Manatee Day.
I mean, there probably is.
Yeah. Well, it's just Ocean Day. Well, man. But manatees and elephants, though, are more closely related to each other than hyraxes, and together they form a group of mammals called tethyotheres.
Cute.
Interestingly, the original ancient tethyotheres are believed to already be semi-aquatic. That means elephants first evolved from land mammals, then became semi-aquatic mammals, and then became land mammals again.
Oh, wild.
So, what a journey, the evolutionary line of elephants.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I relate to that, though. Like, there have definitely been times I'm like, I'm so excited. I'm going to go swimming. I recently went on a trip, and I stayed at a hotel with a pool.
Yes.
And I was so excited.
Yes.
Right? And then the first thing I did was do, the thing that every little kid does, right? And I just jumped directly into the deep end.
Mm-hmm.
And realized
that
it was
no deep end because it was a hotel pool, right?
Honestly.
And then you just hit your button like, ah! No,
and that's how I broke my tailbone.
Yes,
no.
Sorry, what?
No, just that I realized very quickly, oh, this water is freezing.
Yeah.
And so then I had to get out of the pool and warm up for a little bit because I was like, this is absolutely unacceptable. I will not be getting back in here for a while.
Yeah. No, that's the problem with that kind of stuff. But then...
So I relate to this creature is what I'm trying to say.
You got in and then you got back out.
Exactly.
But then... yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I was wondering where you're going there for a second. I was like, oh yeah, I connect the dots there. Again, not very smart.
Yeah, and I'm trying to be relatable.
I'm also very hungry, so my brain is just like
food. Where is the food?
Just food. So what happened was, sirenians, though, rather than like elephants, where they started semi-aquatic, then went back to the land. These went the other way, becoming more and more aquatic as the eons went on. But this guy, our own Pezosiren, was not fully aquatic just yet, more semi-aquatic. Imagine more like a hippo, but living in the ocean rather than rivers. And you got a pretty good idea. Although I imagine they're far less ferocious and territorial.
Oh, far less. So the idea here, at least, is that their temperament was pretty good.
Yes. Well, manatees are pretty chill.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like,
so like on like a scale of 1 to like Boston Terrier, how much of a good like pet would this creature make?
So Boston Terrier is a bad pet, or is
Boston Terrier is a great pet.
I was gonna say, I was like, okay, about half a Boston Terrier then.
Okay, so like a Chihuahua.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, maybe a quarter of a Boston Terrier. But anyway, so no, it's an all right pet, I'd say. Except I don't know, it probably would poop everywhere.
Yeah.
Like hippos, not only do they poop, they do that thing where they spread their poop around with their tails.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They poop while wagging their tail, so it goes everywhere.
I kind of love that. Like, it's super gross, but it's kind of cute in a way that, like, I picture, like, they're just so happy to see you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, their tail is wagging. As poop is flying everywhere. It's just a really gross, happy greeting.
Yeah.
So, you know how, like, if you've ever owned a puppy.
Yes.
Right?
And then,
somehow, or sometimes, puppies are just, like, so excited to see you. They piddle a little bit.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's kind of what I'm picturing here.
Gotcha. But the initial description of this creature comes from, we have the complete skeleton of the creature, but it's not from one individual.
Oh.
So the initial description of this creature comes from several partial skeletons and hundreds of isolated bones collected from different bone beds all across the Jamaican Formation. They all appear to be the same species. And so through all these bones, a nearly complete skeleton has been reconstructed using these bones and putting them together.
Oh, so it's kind of like a puzzle piece.
It's like a Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Or a Frankenstein's monster. The real monster is the person who says, "Oh, actually, it was Frankenstein's monster."
Right,
That's the real monster.
That's the real monster. So do you think then that Pezosiren, what do you think they would go as for Halloween?
A Pezzo police officer with a siren? I don't know. I just...
You think so little of this creature. They go
That's
as
true.
a police officer?
I don't know, I don't know. I'm not very creative because my stomach is eating itself. Like, I'd think maybe like a mermaid, because like that's what manatees thought they were, because sailors had horrible eyesight and were so desperate for women that they looked at those manatees and like, what a beautiful mermaid.
Which, that in itself, we could do a whole episode on my thoughts on mermaids.
Yeah.
Because, like, as a queer woman, I just don't get it.
You don't get it?
I don't get it.
Yeah, you're not a mermaid person.
No.
Well, because there's nothing going on down there.
Well, I mean, there's that, yes.
So,
but also, like, I don't want somebody who's half fish.
Yeah, because there's nothing going on down there.
Well,
but...
again, yes. But I don't like swimming that much.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm more of a mountain person than
plus
a beach person, right?
The problem with the mermaid, too, is, like, other than that there's nothing going on down there, is the fact that they
really emphasizing here that mermaids do not have vaginas.
No, they don't. The only reason the Little Mermaid could have worked as a story is because she sold her soul for a vagina. And legs, but...
but like... I mean, let's all be real here. Prince Eric, no interest if there were no vagina.
No. Oh, actually, wait, that's not true. He still tried to rescue her after he found out she was a mermaid, yeah.
Front of us.
Yeah. Here's what I've always wondered. Are mermaids, biologically speaking, mammals or fish?
Well, I'd assume mammals.
Yeah. Like, are they... But they breathe water. No mammal does that. Not even whales. Because my thought is that they're a fish that evolved to look exactly like a human from the upper half as a way to lure in prey.
So they're kind of like, in a way, our Pezosiren, because they are semi-aquatic.
Yes! Except they're fully aquatic.
Damn it.
But also, to be fair, mermaids can also breathe air, too, so I don't know what they are. They're mythological creatures.
Fair. Looking a little too hard at this.
Just sometimes I wonder, is like... What's the biology of a mermaid? Like, how does a mermaid work?
How do mermaids reproduce?
I'm assuming, like, what happens is that the mermaid lays eggs, and then the merman vomits on them.
That's the only one that makes sense. You're correct. Yeah. I can see that. Almost like a Finding Nemo situation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's just a bunch of eggs, and you hope that a few of them survive. Anywho.
Yeah. Anyways.
Pezosiren.
Yes, Pezosiren. What we're talking about.
It's still a little freaky looking. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But, like, I can imagine they're kind of... The more I look at them, The more they're kind of ugly cute.
Okay, that's good. We're finally getting to. Well, manatees are also kind of ugly cute.
I don't know. I think manatees are just so sweet.
They are. Have you seen that one footage of the manatee in the aquarium? Someone's watching it, and it just it's the booping the snoot. Hold on, I'm gonna show it to you real quick, and I'm gonna leave this in because I want listeners to find this video. I might link it even in the description.
Please, I mean, as well we should.
Just search manatee boop, and this is the first thing that comes. Manatee face smoosh is what you search.
No. That's so wholesome. I could cry. That's so cute.
just
like full on smoosh into the glass.
Yep.
Just no thoughts. Just vibes.
No, the manatees are not the smartest animals.
No. Do we know anything about Pezosiren's intelligence
Probably
level?
also not very smart. Because again, what does it really need to do?
Fair.
Like it just eats grass. Maybe has to learn how to hold its breath. That'd be pretty smart. Yeah. But like manatees are just. They seem like they're chill. They also seem like they're sad. Like
almost Eeyore.
Yeah. Well, it's like there was. I don't know how true this is. This sounds like something could have made up, but it also sounds very true. There was a manatee found that had carved into its back Trump 2020.
Oh.
I could see.
That's really unfortunate.
But like I'm just imagining the manatee as it's getting carved. It's like it's okay. I deserve this.
So among that line of thinking, then, if you had to equip Pezosiren with a weapon so that it stops people from trying to carve things into their back,
okay, it would be a passive weapon because I do not trust them to actively do anything other than eat. So like a sort of armor or something, armor that like zaps you, like if you touch them.
Okay, so like a electrified armor,
like an electric force field.
Oh, interesting.
But they can still touch each other. It turns off when there's another Pezosiren or manatee close. So
interesting.
There's something they can still keep having babies,
Fair.
Because otherwise, if you equip them all with shields, that's the last generation of manatees.
Yeah.
Passive shields. So, anyways,
I was gonna say a laser gun.
Yeah, but I don't trust them to use it correctly.
No, but like think of the chaos.
Yeah. Also, lasers I don't think work underwater.
Underwater lasers?
I don't think there's such. I don't think those are real.
But like we have like radar.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You could like use radar.
All right, hold on. This is serious. Do lasers work underwater? The simple answer to the question is yes, they absolutely do. As long as the internal components aren't exposed to water, they'll work just fine.
Listeners, you cannot tell, but I just did a full double fist pump into the air.
Yeah, lasers work underwater!
Yeah!
All right, well, other than this, okay, so what we can tell from its skeleton, it seems that Pezosiren did not use his tail to propel itself in the water like modern manatees, but kicked its back legs akin to sea otters. Which is
that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
So I'm really fallen in love. Like I started this episode kind of anti Pezosiren.
Yeah.
But now that we've compared it to manatees and sea otters, like I could have one of these as a pet.
I bet modern manatees wish they could do that. What better way to avoid a speedboat than to run out of the water?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good weapon though for the modern manatee.
Just legs, like the Pezosiren has,
or just like a little fan, like a propeller.
Oh, yeah. Then they could... Oh, can you imagine them just going through the water with the fan? They're like, I seem to be going faster than I thought.
Yeah.
Normal. Just like, whoa.
I like a electric surfboard.
Because manatees are also very slow.
Yeah.
They're so slow.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
so slow and so dumb and so sweet.
They don't have anywhere to be.
They're
They've
just
got
the most
no thoughts
chill
going on.
animal.
They're just chilling in the ocean. They're just kind of going from place to place, just floating along.
All right, well, the food that I've been waiting for so long has arrived. So
Amazing.
Let's rate Pezosiren 1 out of 65 million, and I'll quickly go through things, and then we can eat.
I'm going to rate it 11 cute animal TikToks.
Okay. I'm going to rate this 5 crab cheese wontons. Well, we had Chinese food, guys. So,
if you can't tell.
All right. I'll also rate it like 30 million. I rated the last one 30 million. 40 million. No, I'm gonna stick to my guns. 30 million for this one too. The two animals have the same rating.
See?
All right, well that's it for this week. If you want to get hold of the show and contact me at Matt D at Methadone Creator for additional questions to the co-hosts, or for me in general, just Matt D Methadone Creator.com. Just say something. I don't know. You can find me on social media at Methadone Creator on Facebook, at Methadone64 everywhere else. So Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Where can they find you?
They can find me at Thespian Laura at ThespianLaura.
Yes.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm technically on TikTok. I think it's really funny if you guys all follow me on TikTok because I don't have any videos.
No, but just let her know that you're happy she's alive.
Right. But like I want to be able to have that flex.
Yes.
Right. And say like, hey, I don't have any videos, but I have like 200 followers. So if you follow me, I guarantee to never post anything offensive.
Cool.
Because I'll never post anything.
That's true. Never post anything unoffensive, though, either, to be fair.
That's fair. That's
Inoffensive, sorry.
So, unfortunately, you will not see me posting much Pezosiren content.
That's a shame, but I understand. All right. That's it for this week. I'll see you at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites. That's okay. You can carve stuff. Okay.